Thank you, merci. Welcome, everyone. Bienvenue à tous. Thank you for coming to our annual general meeting, and greetings to those who will be watching us from their website. Our CFO, François Desjardins, has presented our 2015 performance a few minutes ago. For my part, I wanted to take some time and speak about the future of the company. We have solid foundations, as François demonstrated earlier. This is a result of all the efforts the teams have made over the last decade, allowing us to be a safe haven and weather the financial crisis while producing real growth and creating wealth for our shareholders through an increased adjusted net income, a steady growth of earnings per share, increased dividends, and an attractive total shareholder return. But we know that what got us here will not get us there, and that has everything to do with ROE. As it stands, and despite our efforts to date, we have not yet delivered on one key measure, a return on equity that is comparable to the Canadian financial industry. We can be proud of the increases of the ROE between 2004 and 2011 and how resilient our performance has been through the financial crisis, but the fact remains that our ROE has plateaued since then. We can also be proud that a plateau is better than a reduction, as other financial institutions have known and at times seen some reductions in their average ROE. Increasing performance in itself is therefore key. The challenge for all financial institutions is to develop a winning formula in this environment where technology and demographics are changing, and where regulatory and economic landscape will continue to be challenging. We are convinced that in order to progress, true transformation is required. The good news is that these changes in customer behaviors bring new opportunities. First and foremost, gone are the days where customers are looking for hundreds and hundreds of products. They are more interested in relationship banking advice than with product choice. This gives us opportunities to reduce the product line and the complexities that go with it. Change in customer behaviors is also accelerated by external disruptive forces. Some perceive these as threats, but we see them as future partnership opportunities. And with 86% of our adjusted net income stemming from pan-Canadian, non-traditional retail operations, it is clear that we are a very different bank than we used to be. When we are looking at ways to modify our business plan, the first thing that we asked ourselves is, what do we want to be known for? We know that best-in-class corporations choose one, two, or sometimes three attributes to be best-in-class in. The key then is when you've chosen them, to have the courage to give up on the rest. Because if you try to be great at everything, the usual outcome is you become average at everything. Henceforth, we choose to be better on financial advisor and on account manager competency, and as a second, ease of doing business. Yes, we will invest in technology to digitalize our bank, but our investments will be made mainly towards customer-facing technology. We are also deliberately choosing not to compete on transactional branch banking, nor on the sheer number of products that will be available in the market, preferring to have a right-sized offer of good, solid products to propose to our customers. With a renewed mission statement, we help customers improve their financial health. It becomes a new rallying cry. And we will accomplish this by being as close as we can to our customers, meaning proximity, by being easy to do business with, meaning simplicity, and by being transparent with our team members, our customers, and our communities, meaning honest. Our strategic goal now is to double the size of the corporation over the course of the next 7 years and get the ROE to a comparable industry level. There are 10 critical elements of our plan that will allow us to get there, and I'd like to share these with you now. First, we need to simplify our retail offerings. We have more than 400 products on the shelves, and we administer them at great cost. Not all of them are available for sale, but they still need to get serviced. We will take that number down significantly, make it simple and less complex. We will rebuild a proper account management platform, first with our core banking engine, which will become foundational to digitalizing the bank. We will create proper distribution, first fixing the retail model, and then implementing Salesforce effectiveness. We will double our efforts in the commercial sector to be able to change the bank's mix through larger sales goals in that area than in any other. We will continue our efforts to expand our relationships with independent financial advisors and brokers that we have through B2B Bank. Focusing LBS and capital markets on profitable businesses will allow us to also focus on profitable initiatives. New brand elements will be developed to support who we are both internally and externally. We must reduce the size and scope of corporate services through a combination of office downsizing, contract renegotiations, and personnel reductions. A culture based on performance is not built overnight, but it is the glue that ties all of this together, and that starts with great communication with the teams. And lastly, we will replicate these successes across Canada, mostly through B2B Bank and business services. These are the 10 steps that are essential to our plan, and they are already underway. I'm looking forward to this path of success. I also believe that our path is clear. We know today that we are not perfect. While B2B Bank and business services have been and will continue to be our growth engines, we do know that we need to fix retail services. The good news is that the market environment provides us opportunities to do just that. The case for change is clear. The ROE must go up, and we must re-become relevant to our retail customers. The transformation plan aims to do just that. This will give us a new LBC, an LBC of the future, simpler, more efficient, and more profitable. Our growth targets are clear. 60% more in business loans, 50% more in mortgage loans through mortgage brokers and independent advisors, 80% more in mutual fund sales done by our retail network. So there are 3 core components that will bring us success. First, achieving those organic sales goals, focusing on a 10-step transformation plan, and lastly, taking advantage of any acquisitions that we might find along the way. At this point, I would like to say thank you. Thank you to the teams that are focusing on the effective execution of our plan. See a couple of them out there. I also would like to thank my executive team, a group of highly dedicated and talented individuals. Please stand up as I name you. Susan Kutzman, our CRO, and also responsible for corporate affairs, corporate HR, legal affairs, and compliance. François Desjardins, our CFO, also responsible for audit, investor relations, and M&A. Deborah Rose, President and CEO of B2B Bank and CIO of LBC. Stéphane Terrien, Executive Vice President, in charge of personal and commercial banking, also President and CEO of LBC Financial Services. And Michel Trudeau, President and Chief Executive Officer of LBC Securities and EVP of Capital Markets. I wish to thank you very sincerely. I would be remiss if I did not take a minute to thank the members of the board and its chair, Isabelle, for the energy, the support, and the confidence that you have all entrusted in me and my team. I would also like to express my deep gratitude to our customers and shareholders and have a message for those of you that are interested in our story. Join us. Join us in this transformation. You too will be part of something great. This is the right plan with the right team at the right time. Thank you again, and I'd like to open up the floor for questions.